Come on. Hot, sicker than your average.
Spark FM.
Y'all, sugar man be ballin'. These chicks pigeon toed. Some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh, it's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
Spark FM. Spark FM. Spark FM online. Saucy and Friends in the morning. I am sorry, we were here on time. Not sure what was going on. We had some technical difficulties, but we are here. So don't y'all fret, don't y'all fear. The dynamic trio is in the building today, large and in charge, and we're feeling good. Yeah. In the interest of time, we're going to hit it right now. Miss Tony, how you doing?
Good. I am great. Yesterday was an amazingly lovely day for me.
What'd you do, honey?
So this is the thing. Let me get into this spiel real quick. I was seeing a lot of things yesterday about people celebrating themselves, people celebrating Valentine's Day with their friends, people celebrating Valentine's Day with their families. And there was a lot of people in the comment section like, these are all the women that are cheating with married men and da-da-da-da-da. Or these are women who's just lonely and all this. That's so retarded. Ooh, can you say that word? No. I'm not saying...
Disclaimer.
But you can use that word sometimes. What's her name told us we could use that word?
Ooh.
The comedian Sam J said we could use that word sometimes. So it is. It's a warped way of thinking. Your thinking is retarded. It's not regular.
But that's usually the people who are in that same, or who are just bitter and angry anyways.
Yeah.
Because I like to hate on Valentine's Day in general,
right?
Because it's just fun to hate on Valentine's Day if you don't have someone like.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you see things, you do smile. You do like, oh, that's so cute, and blah blah blah. Or I think I had an amazing Valentine's Day yesterday.
It was such a good week. We did have a really good Valentine's Day. Sauce and I we had tacos and tequila yesterday and had really, really good conversation. And it was so nice. We went home. We broke for a little while. I went to the store. I got, things for the little boys, which was fun. Seeing all the people who were doing the mad dash rush. That Shaw's down there when I went in to go get the cookies. Yeah. The amount of men that were in there buying. But Shaw's had it set up for the people yesterday. If you needed something, you should have went to that Shaw's.
You know who else had it set up like that too?
Who?
Brothers in Upham's Corner.
Really?
As soon as you walked in there, it was the whole first display was all of the Valentine's Day.
Well, that's how
things.
Shaw's was. You know who didn't have a damn thing for Valentine's Day? The Dollar Tree. It was all Easter stuff in there yesterday.
Dollar Tree needs to cut it out.
They're ridiculous.
Y'all got to let the holiday happen before y'all start bringing in the next one.
Seriously. And then last night we had dinner with the family. Our dad took us to dinner last night. The six of us, and it was so nice.
Have y'all seen Bill Burr's movie, Grown Dads?
No.
Oh, I tried to watch it.
You gotta watch it. It's hilarious.
I think I did see it.
There's a scene where he's walking through like a Target or like a Walmart or something, and it's like all the Christmas things. Like the next thing is the next season already. He's like, already?
It is. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I hate it.
But yesterday was a lovely day filled with lots of love for me. I appreciated my family more than anything. Not more than anything yesterday, because I appreciate them every day. But yesterday was a great day spent with family.
It's a great day. What about you, Tristan? Did you do anything for Valentine's?
Not a goddamn thing.
Nothing for Valentine's?
My girlfriend was music.
Yes, that's right.
Music makes me lose control.
You remember when you fell in love with hip hop?
I do. I remember that.
When is it that you fell in love with hip hop? Do you remember for real?
No. No.
Do you, Tony?
What?
When you fell in love with hip hop?
Yes.
When?
It was 1995.
And who made
when
you
I was in college? I went to, started going to Salem State College and just got introduced to all the things, and that's when I first started to identify with my blackness, and it was, I think that was like the era of like the Lost Boys, and it was a lot of things, but that was when I fell in love with hip hop.
I like that. I don't remember when I fell in love with hip hop because I don't know if I'm still in love with it. I don't know if I love hip hop. I know what I love is soca music. I love that.
How was your Valentine's?
My Valentine's was nice.
Yeah.
I did the same thing she did. I did have a extra date though. Before we went out with my dad, I took CK on a date to Chipotle, and we sat down in Chipotle and talked and ate. And then we went to Olive Garden because he was anti anything but Chipotle.
Right. Another thing, people stop talking mess about Olive Garden. Olive Garden was lit last night.
Bro, let's talk about it.
What?
Olive Garden was packed. There was a line, and people didn't ever stop coming in there.
It was never did.
Full, true and true.
Yes.
All right.
You
Okay.
think it has more people now since that the guy?
Since cheesecake?
Yes.
Well, cheesecake. I know that cheesecake probably was a madhouse yesterday
popping.
Oh,
because of
sure.
that. But you know, like Olive Garden is not Italian food. Ain't nobody want no Italian. Unless you want authentic Italian food. Sometimes you just need a little salad and a little soup and a little
Breadstick.
pasta fagioli
Yeah.
and a breadstick, and you want a meal to take home after. It don't got to be fancy. There's a lot of families. There's a lot of first-time daters and probably just people who've been dating for so long. Like, let's go out to the Olive Garden. Let's go to get a little Valentine, like something like that. See, Allison loves her little Olive Garden. That's
Shoot.
nice. Give me all them breadsticks. Them breadsticks was great last night.
They was delicious. Everything was good. The salad was good, and my food was delicious.
Delicious. I can't wait to throw it down.
once. I think I only been to the garden. What is it?
excuse
The
me?
Olive Garden. Yeah, I think I only been there once.
No, we go to the OG
That was
like
like 10
twice
years
a month.
ago.
What? We stay at the Olive
That's the
Garden.
family restaurant.
Shit. In the sake of time, we're going to get right into the show. Saucy and Friends officially starts right now. Let's go.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM. Log on to sparkfmonline.com.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
Boom, 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 boom. Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, February 15th. It's approximately 9:28 in the morning. It's going to be sunshine in the morning, followed by cloudy skies during the afternoon. High of 39 degrees, winds in the west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight is going to drop down to 30. Yesterday was cold as hell. Yesterday was cold as hell. That wind, that wind was hit. That wind was winding. All right, it was cold, and I don't like it.
Yep.
Go be away. I thought Paskaniki said that we was gonna have
Pascatoni.
Pascatuni.
Something like that.
Pascatoni.
Something like that, right?
Paskaniki. He said
Punxsutawney Phil.
Punxsutawney Phil. Yes.
There you go.
He said that we were supposed to have summer right now. I don't know where the summer at.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what he said, but that's what I heard him say.
He said spring was we were gonna have an early spring.
Oh, well, I
Look,
thought
we're almost
early
at the
meant.
end of February now.
Mm.
But Easter is soon.
Yeah, it's just soon.
Do y'all think we're gonna get snow in March?
We might get it in a little April, little Easter snow.
I don't know if we're getting snow anymore at all.
Them meteorologists ain't blessing with us no more. They didn't tell us after we start the snow. They be like, looks like it's snowing.
Spring is in
Let me tell you
33
about it.
days. Easter's in 45, y'all.
Oh, good. I like spring. The biggest story that came out of Boston yesterday had everybody in a frenzy is dozens of gang members in Boston charged with drug trafficking.
Yes.
They did a big raid. And everybody went down.
And went down.
Dozens of gang members operating mostly out of public housing development in a Boston neighborhood have been accused of dealing drugs, targeting their rivals in shootings, and recruiting young people with the enticement of appearing in the songs and videos. So I found out that it is a well-known Boston rapper. He is one of the ones who have gotten whatchamacallit. I'm not sure. I forget his name. Acting U.S. Attorney Joshua Levy said the charges against the more than 40 members of Yeah.
Was this a RICO?
40, it's a RICO charge. 40 members, where is it? 40 members and associates of the Heath Street Gang included unemployment and COVID-19 fraud totaling more than $900,000. They are also accused of organized retail theft in which they allegedly stole thousands of dollars in merchandise from stores in Massachusetts and New Hampshire, including Nordstrom and Victoria's Secrets. Where they at though? I guess his name is Throtty E. Grizzle.
Oh, wow.
Throtty Mula, Ricky Maserati, and more face RICO conspiracy indictment.
Maserati, that's the name I've heard before.
Act in U.S. So over $900,000. One of our core missions of the Department of Justice is to keep communities safe, and the case we are announcing today goes right to the bedrock priority. Reporters adding that nearly 24 members of the gangs were arrested Wednesday morning. Over 60 firearms were also seized as part of the 2-year investigation. The defendants charged in the racketeering conspiracy have been alleged to be involved in 3 separate murders and multiple shootings. He said some of those shootings left innocent victims in crossfire, including a 9-year-old girl who was severely injured attending a family gathering.
Damn.
It looks like there was about 18 people arrested. It looks like when I counted, they did list their ages and stuff. For the sake of the trial, I will leave that to you guys to read on. Huh?
I thought it was 40.
It was 40, but I think they only listed about 18 yesterday I was looking.
Okay.
Maybe some of them were, underage probably.
What's that, a Boston version of YSL?
Oh, let's go. We're going to hold on. The gang is also accused of widespread pandemic aid fraud, including one defendant who applied for unemployment assistance in 10 states and Guam.
Oh, wow.
Golly. The gang also accused of submitting nearly 24 fraudulent employment letters for a company called Married to the Mop and bragging of using the pandemic funds to buy over $100.
Is live in the studio with what we're learning about this 2-year-long investigation. Kate? Federal investigators in Boston arrested 24 members of the Heath Street Gang this morning, saying the crew has been involved in murders, selling drugs, and misusing COVID funds, all while bragging about their crimes on social media. Jeez.
U.S. Attorney for Massachusetts Joshua Levy said at a Wednesday news conference members for the Heath Street Gang posted music videos where they would boast about shooting their enemies.
One line from a rap video allegedly talked about victims of the gang violence. And it says, and I quote, "I can say the names, but I might make the feds come for us." Well, the feds have come for you.
Levy says over 60 firearms were seized in a federal sweep, adding the people charged with racketeering were involved in murders and multiple shootings.
Some of those shootings left innocent victims in crossfire, including a 9-year-old girl who was severely injured attending a family gathering.
But Levy also said some defendants fraudulently collected over $900,000 in COVID relief funds. And then the gang members claimed on social media they spent it on more than 100 guns.
There are 23 separate employment claims submitted as alleged in the indictments fraudulently for a company called Married to the Mop.
The indictment says gang members were trying to sell cocaine, fentanyl, and designer marijuana. Central Falls resident 32-year-old Randy Diaz Pizarro was charged in the sweep. He's accused of possessing cocaine with the intent to distribute and being a felon in possession of a firearm. Providence police arrested him in July of 2022 on a drug charge, according to court documents, but he was a no-show for his arraignment, so a judge issued a warrant for his capture.
Levy also says some of the gang members were pulling off what he called bold retail theft, where they would walk into stores, steal thousands of dollars worth of merchandise, threaten security, and simply walk out. Live with the Target 12 investigators, Kate Wilkinson, 12 News.
That sounds like, remember we were watching that video the other day from the people who ran up in the Nike store?
Yes, and they
was
just
that
took them
here?
I don't think so.
Somebody said it was in South Bay, but I don't know.
That was not in South Bay.
They went into that Nike store. It looked kind of like South Bay.
It did. Now
Nike
that you're
store,
thinking
though.
about it, I'm thinking, but it wouldn't have been. I don't think so. We would have heard more about it.
Yeah.
It would have been pretty.
It's crazy.
Pretty whatchamacallit, because that thing went super viral.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was a crazy story.
That was.
Yeah, that's wild.
They was doing a lot. They was doing the most of it. That's crazy, yeah.
Too much, according to Drew.
Merch, yeah. Pedestrian struck by Boston fire engine suffers serious injuries. Yeah. So a pedestrian suffered serious injuries when they were struck by a fire engine in Boston's Dorchester neighborhood. The crash happened about 12:25 p.m. Wednesday on 111 Bowden Street, which is near the intersection of Geneva Avenue. Police tape could be seen marking off an area near the intersection. In a statement, Boston Fire Commissioner Paul Burke said the fire engine was responding to an emergency in Dorchester at the time of the crash. The victim, who was not identified, suffered life-threatening injuries and was taken to a local hospital. Police said the victim was still alive as of Wednesday. Our department is saddened by this accident, and our thoughts are with the pedestrian. The accident is under investigation by the Boston Police Department and the Boston Fire Department.
Where was it?
Right on Bowden Street.
Yeah, right there by the
Multiple sources told the news that the fire engine involved in the crash is engine 24 from the Grove Hall station. The fire engine was towed away from the crash scene shortly before 4 p.m. So in a situation like that, when a fire truck is responding to into an emergency and it gets into an emergency, do they immediately dispatch someone else? Because that's crazy. Yeah. What if he was like the closest one and now it's delayed emergency? Yeah. Oh my!
It was a girl.
I don't think that was the same story.
Larry says it's the old Cape Verdean dude.
Oh no! So in those situations, also, how does that happen? It's pretty loud.
He was probably, these pedestrians be crossing the street all willy nilly, and sometimes people be trying to beat the fire truck or whatever like that. We see it with cars as well too. We're trying to.
Family of missing Boston man found were frustrated with the investigation. Of course they were, because
Oh God, Larry said there was mad blood on the floor.
Really?
Oh God.
Gosh, because getting hit by a fast-moving fire truck has to be, violent.
Yeah.
It has to be. John Wesley Young III was last heard from on November 22nd, and Boston police said that they were working hard to find him. But on Tuesday, his family informed Mass Live that he had been found dead in Dorchester Bay. Following a months-long investigation they had felt was negligent.
That's the one that they pulled out of the river?
I think so. During the nearly 2.5 months the 57-year-old South Boston resident was missing, police told Young's family little about their investigation into the disappearance, were dismissive when they asked questions, and waited over a month to post an accurate public alert about the case, the family said. They're giving us the runaround and they're telling us they can't give us any information. Prior to the discovery of his body, it feels like they don't know what they're doing, and this is someone's life and someone's family who's been affected. The family now has some answers, but they come after weeks of emotional turmoil and doubts about how seriously authorities were taking their loved one's case. Boston Police Sergeant John Boyle declined to comment on the department's interactions with Young's family prior to the discovery of his body. Who was John Wesley Young? He was Young worked as a commercial bus driver in the Boston area, according to his family. His wife, Carmen Lopez, described her husband as a sensitive, caring person who often did selfless things like stopping his car to offer a homeless person food. Young was a funny but respectful man who enjoyed cracking jokes and watching movies. He was reported missing on November 21st when they spoke about hanging out on the 24th for her birthday. Her and her husband, they were separated. But come the day of, she heard nothing from him. That's when she knew something was wrong. One of Young family members reported him missing soon after, but there was a mix-up with the information they provided to the police. The family went down to a police station and reported him missing, making clear to police that they had felt his disappearance was suspicious. So where did they find him?
Yeah.
Young's family believes that race may have played into the way Boston police have handled the case. We feel it's definitely not a priority for the police because he's a black man. It took me begging them to post his missing person flyer on their website after a month of being missing. Despite Young being reported missing under suspicious circumstances in December, Boston police did not alert the public of his disappearance until January 15th.
From November?
From November to January, yeah.
Wow.
Police declined to offer an explanation as to why the alert about Young's disappearance was issued when it was, but said missing person bulletins are issued based on how the department is handling each individual case. This means the alerts may be issued differently from case to case. Why? I wonder why. This is a very long article that I won't get into, and if you guys want to read it, we could post it up for you. But, this seems like a typical case of
Negligence.
Yeah, negligence.
Yeah.
It's a black man. It's an older black man at that. And, that's just not a priority for a lot of these government agencies to find. Yeah. Because, maybe he ran away. Maybe he left the house. Well, maybe he's missing suspiciously and you need to find him.
Exactly.
Maybe it's not a big deal for you to just put his picture up on a bulletin and things as such. Maybe you should just do your due diligence the same way for every missing person, and then nobody can say that y'all not doing what y'all supposed to do. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what to say. I'm upset for the family, and I feel really bad. I feel very badly. A Holyoke High School teacher is on leave while officials investigate what they do. Inappropriate video. Oh, wow. Little sexy time video she had there going.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's you got to get it in the schoolhouse. Get arrested. Holyoke High School teacher is on leave as an investigation is conducted and it allegedly linked an inappropriate video to his Google Classroom space.
You gotta separate. You have to have a different account for your Google Classroom than your regular Google account.
Yeah, you got to use it won't let me get the full article, but that's terrible. That is terrible. It is very terrible.
Unfortunate.
You can't make those kind of mistakes.
No.
An 18-year-old arrested in the shooting of a New Bedford detective.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Arrested at the Logan. Oh, he was trying to get away? Yeah. An 18-year-old accused of shooting and injuring a New Bedford police detective last summer was arrested Wednesday at Logan Airport. Denzel Gomez, formerly of New Bedford, was taken into custody by state and New Bedford police shortly after his flight from Portugal landed. The Bristol County District Attorney's Office said in a statement, Gomez was indicted in September on charges of armed assault to murder, attempted assault and battery with a firearm, assault and battery with a firearm, assault and battery with a dangerous weapon causing serious bodily injury, and carrying an illegal firearm.
I think he shot him in the face.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
At the time of the indictment, he had already left the country, according to DA. Oh, so he was a flight risk? What? Yes. And if you left because you shot somebody in the face, why the hell did you come back?
What did you come back for?
Gomez allegedly shot and seriously injured Detective LeVar Gilbert on July 17th at the intersection of Orchard and River Street. A civilian was also injured in the shooting. I am very pleased to know that the fugitive responsible for injuring one of our detectives during a recent shooting is now in custody. I'm thankful for the combined efforts of our dedicated law enforcement community in capturing this criminal. Mm-hmm. They didn't say criminal. I said it. Yeah. Because that's criminal behavior. You don't shoot nobody and then just get on a plane.
How old is he?
18 years of age. Why are Massachusetts school districts deciding snow days so early?
Yes.
This is a great article that I feel we all should want to know. Mm-hmm. Dozens of schools north and west of Boston had snow days on Tuesday despite very little to no snow in the area. Mm-hmm. Many of these districts called off school sometime Tuesday afternoon, but as that call was being made, the forecast was shifting, calling for a storm that would hit further south, and according to our own Eric Fisher, not too much of an impactful event north of Boston. Still, districts from the North Shore to the Merrimack Valley, even to Metro West, canceled classes. Yep. I'm feeling that this was a wasted day of learning, said Dr. Daniel. I typically make the call on the morning of a storm because that's when you get the best information. Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah. Is this a video of this? Mm-hmm. Go for it, because I can't breathe.
Yeah, you sound congested.
Send an email to questioneverything@cbsboston.com. At the CBS...
All new at 6, Boston, and several others.
All right. In this particular storm, however, Dr. Mann said, notice that many districts surrounding Needham had already started canceling on Monday afternoon and evening.
It wasn't even afternoon. By the time we left the show on Monday, Boston Public Schools is already canceled.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
He admits he would have made a different decision if he had waited until Tuesday morning, but he has learned over the years not to let negative feedback get to him. I've learned not to worry about the feedback because families were upset that we had school. There are families who are upset that we're not having school, that you made the call too early or you made the call too late, he said. Next time, he says, he'll wait until the day of school before canceling. That's what they used to do back in the day. Yep. We used to sit in front of the TV starting at 5 o'clock in the morning and wait to alphabetical order for them to name your school and your district.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't gotta wait till the day of. You could wait till about 11 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
Midnight?
10 o'clock.
Well,
Yeah.
the snow wasn't supposed to start until midnight to 2 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So they would have had to wait until the morning to see how much snow.
Yeah.
Even if it was just a little snow, you can still go to school.
But I also don't understand that part too. Like, why not wait until you actually see some snow to make the call?
Yeah.
Because if I had woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I had seen it snow and then they called out snow, even if it didn't snow for the rest of the day, I would have understood.
Right.
But we woke up and waited until damn near 4 o'clock for it to get three snows, and then we had a day full of children just in the house speaking when they should have been speaking to their teacher about learning.
Yes.
And it's not. I don't understand.
And look at mine, ain't got no school again today.
That don't make no damn sense. You need to call this. You need to
Send
call
your hand
Fox
green
News.
rooms.
Fox News investigates and see why the boy ain't never got no school.
Jesus.
3 particular factors contribute to the timing of a snow day call, the superintendent says.
Mm-hmm.
It is improving scientific technology allowed for better and more accurate forecasts earlier. Neighboring communities need to be on the same page to help commuting staff. Families often have all working parents and need time to plan for childcare. Okay. So you gonna call it before you gonna call a snow day before it snow?
Yep.
That don't make no still some parents who were out with their kids on the Tuesday snow day tell WBZ with constant access to information on their phones, they'd rather the call came later. Exactly. Yeah. That's another thing. The amount of calls that Boston Public School sends to our phones on a regular basis up until 9 o'clock in the PM talking about you have a special PTO meeting that is going to be on Tuesday if you want to come. Send a call, send a text message, do a community alert on all this whatever. Oh. Ain't no reason for y'all to be canceling school before.
I got emails, text messages, voicemails, and Google Classroom alerts about no school.
Because there's so many ways to communicate.
That was after we didn't.
You guys didn't get called.
We didn't get called until 2 p.m. is when they called us and told us.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah. Still some parents. So yeah, I just don't understand. Canceled. So Lee said, I think that probably need to go back to how they used to do it and wait until the day of before they cancel school because it was canceled last night at 5 o'clock. There's something Doctor said definitely plans to do during the next storm. I think in New England, you have to wait as long as possible because the priority should be going to school if you can, and that means waiting as long as you can for the information. And I agree. I don't think that any parent would have complained had the call came in the morning of the storm if it was whatever. The same way we would have had to make emergency provisions for our kid is the same way we had to do it at afternoon before they got from school.
I like Janet's comment here. She says the call should have been made in the AM like the old days, play by ear, not play by meteorologists. This is New England after all.
Exactly. And we love our kids.
Yes.
And we love our kids.
We do.
And we want them to stay home. I had to ask somebody that yesterday. Like, why do you assume that nobody wants to stay? And she was like, oh, because everybody's complaining about their kids staying home from school. Not because of the fact that they don't want to be with their kids, but the kids should have been in school. Exactly. It's apples and oranges. It's not the same thing.
People are dense.
Yes. Keeping it moving. Why savor the tropics? Hey, these are 6 Caribbean restaurants in Boston that have really great. This first picture is absurd. Oh no. Jesus Christ.
That's why I put it in there so we could.
This is the best picture they could find from a dinner from Flame.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That looks absolutely not. That's somebody who like heavy gravy. Oh. And that's not appealing to most people.
I like heavy gravy and I don't like that. What is that?
That looks soup rice. Anyhow, Flames came in at number 1. Orinoco is on Shaman Ave. What's Orinoco? Hidden gem in the south end of Boston, known for its authentic South American cuisine and cozy, welcoming atmosphere.
I've heard of Orinoco a lot, but I've never been there. It's more like Spanishy food.
Allie's Roti made the list. Okay. Jamaica Me Hungry.
Oh, no.
The Coal Pot. Merle's Kitchen. The oxtail mac and cheese is to die for, and the Rasta pasta is hitting all the time.
Yes, yes, yes.
There is also, and that's the 6 that they came up with. Wonder who wrote this article.
1 out of 6 ain't bad.
Who wrote this article?
2 out of 6 ain't bad.
They fired.
They just Googled Caribbean restaurants and they just put it in there.
I can't say anything about Orinoco because I haven't been there yet. All of the other places I have visited, and these wouldn't be my list.
Right.
Put in the comments what your favorite Caribbean restaurants are around here.
I would you know what I would definitely put up in there? Fet on Kingston.
Yeah, man.
Would that be considered a Caribbean restaurant?
Yeah.
Almost, kind of.
Yeah.
It's a Caribbean infusion.
Yep.
Yeah, that should be on somebody's top
And that's
list.
what I'm saying. Like, this article, it was just written 15 hours ago. I don't understand.
Yeah, this is a lazy article. I'm not saying that these
even,
places are bad, but
Cool Runnings is good. What's it called?
Cool Shade.
Cool Shade.
Yeah, they didn't Cool Runnings. Jamaica me hungry. It is. That's more so commercial Jamaican food, and I'm not talking bad about any of these places because I frequent them. I just feel like I feel like they could have done more
Some
of
of these places I don't go anymore though.
Comprehensive list. Yeah.
What's the name of our breakfast place that's coming to our new spot?
Finn's Fusion.
Yes.
Finn's Fusion. That is going to be a fusion of Caribbean and breakfast. They're going to be open in the morning. You'll see us eating there all the time. A little sandwich
nice
because
Dominican food.
Hungry.
I like a Dominican
We
food. What they
hungry.
got? Oh,
A
yeah.
who?
What's that?
A dokana?
Dokana.
What's that?
I don't know. I think that's Dominican.
But yes, if you guys have a favorite Caribbean food place, jot them down in the comment section or call us up and let us know what your favorite one is. And I don't want to hear Larry because Larry
I like I still like Iries.
Exactly.
I still like Iries. I still like they Rastafari.
Where is Irie now?
On Dorchester Ave, where the kitchen
50 Kitchen was.
Yeah, I've heard that their food is good there.
Yeah.
Because Miss Irie be cooking. She ain't never stopped cooking.
Yeah,
I like her. She's a nice lady.
Miss Irie.
Miss Irie. I don't know her name, but I call her Miss Irie.
March 1st, Larry Jordan.
Oh, thank you, Larry Jordan. He's slowly coming back with all his nice thing. A little corn soup.
That corn soup that Larry makes is really good.
Very nice. It's very sobering.
That's very nice.
I like it.
Very nice.
Bring it back. Thank you very much. And thank you. And then last but not least, a mom gave her son 2 scratch tickets for Valentine's Day. And guess what he won?
How much did he win?
I'm a hater. $1 million.
Are you kidding me? He did?
He sure did.
Wow.
All thanks to his mom. Matthew Broadley was given a Valentine's Day card on Tuesday from his mother. And inside, according to the Massachusetts State Lottery Commission, were 2 instant tickets. He scratched the ticket around 11 p.m. and found out that on the second one, he won big. Good for him. Bye.
What dollar amount scratch tickets you have to buy to win $1 million? You have to buy one of those $20 scratch tickets? I can't see myself wasting the $20.
Because if I don't win at least the $20 back, then I got an attitude and I'm never going to buy one again.
Right. Yeah.
I don't like that.
I can't waste $20 like that. I don't got it.
I ain't got it. Anyhow, people, in lieu of Black History Month, we'll be talking to Black people like we always do. And today we do have a special guest. We have a doctor, Dr. Ellana Stinson. And she will be coming and talking to us about all things medical. There's a lot of questions that we often ask about many things when it comes to, doctors, when it comes to people that look like us, when it comes to relationship building in our hospital settings. Mm-hmm. Not only that, is that she also has really good products for Black women, and they here.
Yeah.
So all of us ladies that have a little thinning, need a little hair help, losing our edges and things as such, you got to get them tattooed back on and all kind of foolishness and tape them onto your skin and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. She'll be here to talk to us about how we can get our tresses back the way that they should be. So keep it locked right here, because when we got back, we'll be talking to Dr. Ellana here on Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
Let's start with the big question.
How are you? The all-new Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help More people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you no mess with the way you are gonna see a million. We got it gon' go long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. No say we are for win. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip hop.
Yeah, we on and we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
What? Spark FM Online, number one for urban and Caribbean music. We are back here in the morning on Saucy and Friends, and it's Black History Month, so we have, I don't know why I'm saying like it's like we don't be having all black people here. We stay with our good black people. Today we have Dr. Stinson in the building, and oftentimes we're asking ourselves, where are the black doctors at?
Yes.
How come I don't see no black doctors? How come I don't see nobody that look like me that advocate for me? Where is them at? And we happen to know a very great emergency room and all kind of room doctor, and she's black and she's a lady and she's amazing. How are you?
I'm good.
Hi.
I'm good.
It's all, I don't know, your energy is always so great.
I've seen you in like 2 years.
It's been 2 years since we were last. since we were last playing Moss.
Yes, girl, walking out, misbehaving,
staying out till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Not me. I couldn't hang no more.
I don't partake in these type of activities. I don't know these ladies.
I've never seen her before in my life. All these prominent women outside in the islands acting
shaking up, half naked. No.
Sometimes you gotta have a good time. You have a little bit of fun. So you come with a pretty heavy resume.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so, oh gosh, where do I start? So, first of all, I'm not from Boston.
Where you from, girl?
I am from Augusta, Georgia, originally from Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay, hello, how you doing?
I know a few Stinsons. Are you related to the Stinsons in Boston?
I don't know. Someone keeps asking me
They from
about
Alabama,
them.
too.
I know they are.
Those is your cousins, girl.
And I need to track back. Most of the Stinsons, black Stinsons, are from that little Alabama corridor where my Stinsons are from, so we can usually trace most people back to somewhere in that area.
Nice. Good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. I've been here about 10 years. I came here wanting to do medicine and health policy. Got my came here to do my MPH in health policy and management at Harvard School of Public Health, and I got trapped.
You got trapped?
I keep telling people
a lot of people get trapped in Boston.
And I think that's so crazy.
Yeah.
When you heard of Boston before you came here, what was your thoughts?
I did not have any thoughts. I'm not even gonna lie. I was just like, we think of like Boston Celtics, just like that place up there. I don't even know where to find it on a map type thing. Because I'm like from down south, so I'm just like, I don't know what happens up there.
Up there, yeah.
Boston Celtics, that was it.
Yeah.
So when I applied to school, I was just like, I don't know if I want to live there.
Yeah.
But I came. School will take you anywhere. You
Yeah.
know, school and a job.
Yeah.
So.
Especially here because Boston has been ranked as the #1 educated city and people
America.
and state and everywhere else because we have all the best people
In
and
the
the
United
smartest
States.
people
Yeah.
ever in the world.
That's fact.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying nothing about Georgia, but I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, it's true. It's true. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many schools here. You throw a rock, you hit a school. I
That's
mean,
true.
And everybody knows about Harvard.
Oh,
you
yes,
know. That was the
definitely.
other thing I
Of
knew
course.
about Boston. So.
Harvard Hall.
Harvard, Harvard, y'all.
Yes.
So what made you stay here?
I don't know. A lot of opportunities kept coming up, and I had a couple of health issues, and we can talk about that a little bit later. But opportunities kept coming up. I wanted to do health policy, and this was like a great place for me. I actually started when I got out. I was working with a state agency for a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." Then I started working in emergency medicine in different hospitals, and it just kind of like every year I'd be like, "Oh, I'm moving. This time I'm moving. I'm seriously moving." And then something else would pop up. I'm like, "Okay, next year I'm moving."
I think we say the same thing too all the time. Like, I'm out of here. Leaving Boston right now.
Yeah.
And like you get something, like you get a promotion, you're like, oh, okay, this is cool. I can
Next
try this
year, I'm
out.
leaving.
Next year, I got this.
Yep.
And I was really ready in 2019, and then 2020 hit, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit still.
Oh,
COVID.
and then you had 2 years of sitting still.
Yeah.
And I was
But
like,
then let's talk about that. So in COVID, at first black people couldn't get it, and then then we did get it in droves,
And then we got it.
and then we got it, and then it was a conspiracy against vaccines because they was trying to kill us all. So as a black doctor, what is the landscape of medical how are you doing?
And especially in emergency medicine.
I don't know.
How are you doing?
I don't know. It's funny because someone asked me about a few months back. They was like, "How was the pandemic?" Early on, and I actually paused for a second. I was like, "I don't even remember it." Like that's how bad it was. Just crazy
I
and
can
just
imagine.
bananas. And I was like, I had to stop and think for it took me about a minute to really recall everything because I was like, I guess I just pushed it out of my brain and kept moving. So
because that's hard. I mean, as an emergency room doctor too, you're seeing all of the worst of the worst. People have, people. I think for the most part, people tried to stick it out. I'm gonna stay at home. I ain't going to no hospital. Blah blah blah. So when they finally did get to the hospital, because that was even damn near shut down too, right?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't even go there, and really, it was a madhouse, huh?
Then you're on the front line. You're an essential worker. You have to be there all the time.
Yeah, that sucked. The only good thing about it was no traffic on the road going to work. I will say that was awesome. I was like, we need this every day, but minus the COVID. But yeah, I had to go to work every day. Every day.
Definitely.
So when it comes to like policy and stuff like that, where you said that you wanted to be involved in that, what kind of things are you seeing that needed to be changed? Everything. Absolutely everything.
There's a lot of stuff. I mean, you could get like drowned in the amount of health policy work that goes on. I do a lot of work with Mass Medical Society and the American Medical Association. So Mass Medical is more kind of like statewide and AMA is more like national. Things that I've kind of been involved with is like doing policies, resolutions around like women's health and mental health for like postpartum women and just women in general, identifying depression earlier on, because that it really affects how like the mothers and how they show up for their kids. So I've done some work there. I've also done some work in the gun violence space, just a little bit around hoping to get people to collect data around the actual people harmed or deaths. And then we've done some work in the pharmaceutical, I've done some work in the pharmaceutical space, but right now my main focus is around addressing issues of like getting more black physicians and more diverse workforce. So right now we, so as in my position as New England Medical Association, the president there, we've done some legislative work and filed a bill to really push the state or some of the agencies to start collecting race data. And some other data around like, and it's going to inform how we create policies and programs around recruitment and retention.
So does the DEI suppression that is going on right now, is that going to affect the work that you're doing of trying to get more doctors in positions and stuff like that? Because it seems like everybody's like, it seems like that's a really big target. Like everybody, well, not everybody. There are a certain group of people that don't believe that DEI should be accepted, that it's based on your qualifications, but we know that's not true. So I'm glad that you're there in that policy space to try to get more people into there, but I'm nervous about the fight that you guys have to go through, and fighting so much for something that is very basic, I feel can get very taxing and tiring.
So it's going to be all about strategy for one. And, you know, New England Medical Association, we're not affiliated directly with any institutions. And the work that we're seeing with the DEI offices at institutions, some of that because healthcare is really in an interesting spot right now is finances too. So of course the first offices that are going to go are going to be the ones considered low-hanging fruit. So those tend to be like your DEI work and spaces that aren't like producing revenue for the hospitals and the healthcare system. So I think that's one reason that we're seeing some of the DEI spaces in healthcare go away. I can't speak for other industries, but I think because we work independently outside of those institutions, our funds aren't really related to the revenue we're generating from our work per se. We're more of a nonprofit.
So you can kind of work on your own terms.
So and then we could kind of structure it. I mean, of course it's going to be more challenging working with some of our partners and entities since they're getting rid of their DEI offices, but I mean, again, that's where our strategy has to come in around how we're strategically partnering with different groups, organizations, and maybe even legislators.
Do you see a lot of people of color going to medical school, and do you see like is there a good pool of applicants?
So this is complex, right? Like this is super complex. So no, the answer is no. So first of all, I went to Meharry Medical College. So majority of people in my class in my school were black. So I was working.
That's HBCU, right?
I have the shirt on today.
And you went to Spelman.
And I went to Spelman. So I've been in these ecosystems, so to say, where I've been around black people in their pursuit for like higher careers and stuff. So I've kind of been trained and educated in very weird systems. I say weird because it's not like the norm.
It's not the normal because you've been
like from that standpoint, I'm like, Meharry, whatever. But in general, there aren't a lot of us going and seeking careers in medicine. And then one of the reasons for that is the cost. You know, it costs a lot of money just to apply to medical school. I remember applying out of college. I think I spent $3,000 on applications. On applications.
Just to apply.
I had to open a credit card. And then, or maybe it was like $1,500. It was something over $1,000 for an undergraduate not to be spending spending back in the early 2000s. That was insane. So I mean, you already have those barriers. So if you don't have family or ability to like get the money to even apply, it's hard. And then now once you apply, you have to buy plane tickets, go interview. So just that barrier alone is challenging. And then before you get there, like coming through the education system as a black person is in and of itself is challenging. Passing all the standard exams, and I struggle with that too because I didn't consider myself dumb, but you know, standard exams.
People don't test well.
Standard. Those cost money, right? You fail it, you pay, you gotta pay again, you gotta pay again. So there's a lot of financial barriers getting into just school in general, and then med school on top of that. And then once they get there, what we're seeing right now is like a lot of students and residents, black students and residents are being dismissed at higher rates than their white colleagues, which I'm doing. Why? You know,
because they black.
They're not smart enough, or they're not performing well. Like these bias evaluations and stuff that'll hurt your record, and then you get the stuff that happens
systematically. It is just not designed.
So that's going to be another one of my policy angles I'll be working on next.
I have a question for you. From when you got out of high school, did you always know that you wanted to follow this career path?
Yeah, so I think 7th grade. Funny, 7th grade, I knew I wanted to be a doctor because I was like, my classmates are crazy. I wanted to be a psychiatrist and fix them. Like, that's really where it started.
I'm going to school to fix my friends.
What is wrong with these people? These kids are crazy.
Seriously.
So, yeah, I kind of knew since 7th grade that I wanted to be a psychiatrist. So it's kind of funny I ended up in emergency medicine.
And how did you end up in emergency medicine?
So I was telling somebody this story recently. And so when you go to med school, a lot of people know what they want to do. And sometimes they don't. And I knew I wanted to be a psychiatrist. Then I switched over. I was like, this is boring. I think I want to do neurology. I was like, this is even more boring. So then I was like, I kind of like cardiology. I really like cardiology because I was into math and science. And then it was a lot of physiology when we were doing cardiology in med school. So then I realized I had to do an internal medicine residency prior to that. I was like, oh, heck no, I ain't doing that.
Quick pause. How long is school?
So med school is 4 years outside of college, and then residency can be anywhere from 3 to 7 years, depending on what you pick.
3 to 7.
I did 3.
Okay.
Oh.
You're kind of getting paid like peanuts, but you're getting paid something, bills.
I thought you was there. You got all kind of abbreviations before you. I thought you was there about 10 years.
No. But then I went on to like do my rotations in 3rd and 4th year of med school, and then I didn't know what I wanted to do. I like delivering babies. I like the anesthesia. I like the procedures with surgery. But there was always things about those things I hated too. I didn't like getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I remember calling home crying to my mom one day, like, I can't do this. The sun's not even up, and I gotta go to the hospital.
Girl, get up and go.
She know I didn't like to get up. School. And she told me one day, she was like, well, then come home. I was like, lady, are you crazy?
I invested all my life into this.
3 years, and you gonna tell me to come home? I was like, well, you said you didn't want to do it anymore. So I kept going, and I did my ER rotation, not thinking I wanted to do ER. And I remember my attending, like the supervisor or whatever, looked up at me, and she was like, go home. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, it's the end of your shift. I was like, oh, I guess I like this. So that's how that
it's probably fast paced in there too.
Yeah, you get to do all of it. You get to intubate. Sometimes people come in dropping babies on you.
Well, you spoke about the violence prevention, and I know in Boston especially, we have some really good trauma centers in the emergency room.
And you work at Boston Medical, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's
so
the number 1
that's the trauma center.
Yeah.
Oh, so that is fun.
So we get to do everything, and I enjoyed that. So that's how I landed in ER.
Wow.
That's really awesome. Again, not seeing a lot of black doctors, period. Are people relieved when they see you sometimes?
Oh my God, sometimes. And then the stories start, the tears start, all the things. You just never know. Yeah. And then some people who haven't even had a black doctor, they'll say, I don't trust you. Like I get that too. And from black people. So you never know what you're going to get.
Which is sad.
That's trauma
like
though.
I've never
that
seen
is trauma.
You.
Yeah, that's trauma. You. If you see somebody that look like you, be like, oh, not that. Don't give me that one.
She said.
And she young, and she a woman too.
No.
The last one told me I need somebody professional. I was like,
Wow. Well, let me just move on to the side.
Best of luck. Goodbye. Best of luck with your issues.
But no, how do
I'm
you
the only
handle
one
those
here
situations?
right now. It just depends. So it was interesting with that particular situation. I'm explaining to her I'm the doctor. It wasn't registering that I was a doctor. And the white male nurse had to come and be like, ma'am, why don't you want your doctor to help you? And she goes, oh, she's the doctor? I'm like,
yeah, that's only what I've been saying.
But she believed him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I actually told her, I was like, you know what you just did was like really offensive. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, no, don't do that.
Yeah. That's
Because
good.
again, out here, so when I get my first reaction, Autumn would be like, oh, girl, I got a black doctor.
Well, I actually had a patient the other day. She was like, I was so nervous coming in here, and when I saw you come in the door, I was just so excited. So I get that too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's important.
That's
and it was a young girl, and I was just really, and we got and chatted about her career. It was just, those types of moments are very like refreshing and rewarding, and reminds you why you did this and why you put up with all the BS.
Absolutely.
I want to just switch a little bit. You also, not only are you a medical doctor and come with a lot of great extensive experience and stuff, but you are also an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
I do that sometimes off to the side. And in a really great way, you focus on black women in hair. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so that started right before the pandemic, actually. So I had this idea. And I mentioned earlier I had some health issues. So at the beginning, when I first moved here, at the end of my time at Harvard, I got diagnosed with thyroid cancer and had some fertility issues. So I noticed like my hair was changing, falling out, breaking, thinning, and I normally had like real thick, longer hair. And I was like, I can't do this. Like it was like messing with me. So it was like, I really wish someone would make these products, and I would start doing research, and one of my friends and I were sitting down at the iLab over at Harvard, and he was like, why don't you just do it yourself? I was like, huh? What? Me? When
I got time to do that?
So basically, I just started. I'm from Alabama. We, Southern roots. We really do a lot, dabble a lot in like herbal traditions and things like that. And I had a family member who had done hair products growing up, and I'd always used his products. But being from where it was from and not having access to stuff, the brand never like went past Alabama. So I had a lot of conversations with him, and he made it seem like, just go down in your basement and get a crock pot. I'm like, we ain't doing that. I'm not going to jail. But he made it sound so easy, and I just started like asking questions, learning, digging into stuff, and just recognizing like how hair is so central to our being and our culture, and like how it affects how we show up to work in the community, how it affects us, our mental health. Like I really started like, really embracing that piece about us, and really how it is so related to our health. So how things like diseases and stuff in our body show up in our hair and our scalp, like diabetes, the thinning, the breakage from like having diabetes and uncontrolled diabetes, and oftentimes the things we put in our bodies, how that shows up in our hair, the medications we take. So I think there's like a big gap between the hair care and the healthcare industry that I'm looking to fill and just bring more awareness around certain things as well.
I think
what is the name of your company?
Safo Hair, SAFO Hair. So that's, follow us on Instagram too at Safo Hair, or our website is safohair.com.
And what are these products made out of?
Oh, yes. So we do a lot of herbal. So I tried it. We focus mostly on natural herbal ingredients. So a lot of our products, our ingredients come from like areas that are indigenous to like South America, the Mediterranean area, India, and the continent of Africa. So we really are focused on really bringing natural plant-based solutions to a lot of our scalp and hair concerns. And we do have products that focus a lot on hair loss and thinning.
You also use cannabis too, though, right?
We have CBD in some of our products. Not all of them, just a couple of them.
Okay. And what's the correlation with that?
So the CBD, and that's how I actually got really excited about it, because remember this whole cannabis boom that was happening in Massachusetts? I started researching and understanding the properties of CBD is very moisturizing. moisturizing, has a lot of fatty acids, mega fatty acids and vitamins that are really amazing for the scalp, and it's anti-inflammatory. So issues of dandruff, flaking, seborrheic dermatitis, also
alopecia.
The NIH is actually studying it right now as a potential treatment for alopecia.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't followed up with that research, but last I checked, they were looking at it as a potential treatment because right now, steroid injections and things like that may or may not always work.
They don't work.
Or not work at all. So there's
all
a big
them little
study
needles in
going
your
on
head.
Yeah.
It is.
You had that done?
Yeah, I went to the Fish Center and I was working with a black doctor over there, Dr. Scott, Deborah Scott, and she specializes is a dermatologist.
Yes.
So I used to go when before I cut my dreads off. I think it was 2017. In 2017, I used to go there I think it was like once a month or every 3 weeks, and used to put them little steroid shots, like 30 of them, like pew pew pew, and that don't feel nice. And after a couple times of doing it, you're like, if my hair ain't growing back by the fourth time, then shit, I'm not going back. I'm keep stabbing me in my head. And there's other kind of chemicals that you can use, but I figured that eventually there'll be something that's a little bit more natural. So there you go, Sappho.
I was gonna say this is really dope because there's a lot of right now there's a lot of black women suing a lot of these big major companies because of the chemicals that they've been putting in their hair from childhood. So now that we know that there's a lot of cancerous products and a lot of just not good products that not a lot of good things that's inside of those products, that's really dope what you're doing.
The website is amazing. The hair on these people on the website, I want that because I've noticed now that I'm getting older too that my hair, like my edges are snatched out.
So this is the thing we don't talk about as we age. So my brand is really trying to target like older demographics. Yeah. The beauty industry tends to go for those perky,
those younger influencers.
That have all the fluffy hair. But as we age, our hormones change, men and women. Men start to see the male pattern balding. Women start to see some thinning, and also have male pattern balding, but in a different region of the hair.
Okay, I need one for the whole head.
I got you. So we use like herbal ingredients that address some of those hormonal changes and bind to those receptors that cause that hair loss and thinning in our scalp sprays. So we that was one of the things that I realized when I was having my issues. I was like, there's nothing on the market to help me feel better about myself. Because we start to change. Like as we change, our bodies change. We start thinking differently about ourselves, and it affects like our anxiety, our social anxiety. Sometimes could cause depression, things like that. And I was like, there wasn't anything for me at the time when I was like looking. So
our hair is our crown.
Even just branding and marketing and things like that. This is such a beautiful website. It is. Such beautiful packaging. It is some people don't think about those things either, about how beautiful packaging and luxury packaging for something that's as emotional as hair can also make you feel good, make you feel like I want to use this product because it's going to help my hair and it looks nice. So I want to commend you for that. And we've put your website on everything, but this is looking at it, look at her. I want hair just like her. I'm gonna use this product to get this hair.
Elena's hair now.
I know. I was looking at her like she got a good edges.
Healthy edges.
I don't know. Wow. We have an edge control coming out that's real healthy.
Yes.
But it's interesting because I shaved all my hair off probably 2 years now. I was going to the barbershop. And my friend was like, why don't you just cut it all off and just use your products?
Yeah.
So I've been using my products only for about 2 years now.
Really?
Yeah. And this was after barbershop trips to the barbershop.
Well, this is very good advertising because you've got a good full hair head.
It's
head of hair.
Yeah.
It is.
Even this picture here is shorter on the website, but that looks so healthy and just good.
Yeah, so that was probably a year and a half ago. Now,
Wow. Well, I'm interested.
Miss Beverly, I'm not sure which question really where is she located. Well, Dr. Scott is located in the Fish Center in Chestnut Hill, and you work in Boston Medical Center emergency room.
Yeah.
And then when I the last time I saw you was at the Eastern Bank thing, and there was another doctor. I forgot her name, and I saw her again, and I forgot who she was, and then not until I got home, I was like, "Oh, that's the doctor, that's the doctor lady." So there's I won't say there's a lot of them, but there are some good medical professionals amongst us that you probably don't know. You probably didn't think about that because.
And
not
we're
a lot of them.
Spread out.
Yes,
they are. A whole lot of us.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I gotta ask too. Do your products work to regrow eyebrows?
Oh no, I have not done eyebrows.
Oh,
I don't put them on. Someone was recommending that for me.
Yes, please.
Someone was like, you should think about that. We actually we have 5 or 6 products out right now. We have a curl cream coming out. I just got my tubes in there. So cute.
Good.
Good, yeah.
So curl cream that's healthy, like doesn't make the hair crispy, but has a good hold to it. We have an edge cream coming out, and then we have some other like tailored products for some other industries. And then someone had recommended the eyebrow piece to me, so
because
I don't know.
A little eyebrow oil, just give a little swipe.
Yes. And then when I wake up in the morning, I got eyebrows. That would be so nice. Don't look now. Don't look. I didn't.
I'll put that on the list.
Yes.
Product development is hard.
See, eyebrow serum.
And your products are good for both men and women.
Anyone with hair.
Oh, okay.
Or without.
Our 2 boys are like on this hair journey thing right now, and we're like, what we need stuff for their hair. So okay, that's good to know too. Thank you. And for Triz as well too.
I could use the eyebrow thing too, because my eyebrows is going.
No, you got good eyebrows.
They look good. They got a little bit of eyebrow.
Good eyebrow,
buddy. If y'all need some
I take
eyebrows,
my eyebrow hair over my head.
No, this is. I think this is. It's important that we are in a space to converse with you.
Yeah.
Because people are very excited to even just see that you're here. Like a doctor, an ER doctor, who is also an entrepreneur, who is doing a lot of really great things for this community, and not even just this community, for Black people as a whole in general.
Yeah.
What other plans do you have? Future plans do you have besides Sappho and doing new products and things like that? Are you gonna stay in ER for a while, or have you thought of considered going to deliver some babies full time?
So it's funny. When I was younger, I was like, I'm done with medicine when I turned 40. Yeah, we passed that. And then when COVID happened and people were like trying to cut hours of physicians, I'm like, you can't tell me I can't work no more. So I was like, maybe I actually really like this thing. So I might cut back over time. Like my focus this year is really growing Sappho. And I think we have some really great opportunities this year that we're working on. So right now I'm really dead set on like making sure Sappho is going to be profitable. Really wanting to get Nima in a good position too, with some grant funding, some really good partnerships and ongoing programming. And we're getting there too. So I think, once all that's up and running, I think at some point I'm probably going to be looking to cut back on my hours in the ER. I don't really see myself ever not doing it because I've been working on it so long. It's almost like it's become my core.
It's important that you're there too. And I don't want that pressure to be on you, but like take care of yourself. But like, like even Miss Beverly said, like there are times that, it just makes you feel better to walk in there. There'll be some assholes out there, but there are times that I know that I enjoy seeing any Black face, except for the one at Sephora.
I mean, it's good, right?
Yeah.
It's good for the patients just to be seen,
Absolutely.
and it's good for other workers
the young
to be
folks
seen,
is good for
and the residents, the students.
And is there I mentioned pressure before. Is there a lot of pressure on you as well to, be perfect and to, you've got to activate and advocate and all kinds of stuff? Do they look at you as almost like savior-like, to be there, or is it just, that comfort?
So. I don't, and I actually don't know if most Black physicians feel like they're
like fetishized almost.
I don't think so. It's just like in certain institutions, it's like you could come or go. It doesn't matter if you're here or not.
Okay.
So I think, just in general, I don't really feel the pressure to show up and perform a certain way.
Good. When I went last time, I had to take my son to the ER. We had a nice black doctor. He was sexy, and I'm not sure why I didn't.
Where was this?
It was at Children's Hospital, and I cannot remember his name. But when he came in, I was like, Doctor, CK, cough, baby, cough. Do something. That's your daddy.
Fall over.
Come on, baby. Say your eye hurt. Say something hurt. Tell him to come back. Go to the doctor. But ever since then, I've always thought about him, and I was like, it was really dope, especially for my son to see him too. Like, you could be a doctor too.
Yeah,
you could do that.
Yeah.
So that's in lieu of Black History, I think it's real. I think you're awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think you're absolutely awesome, like a little
I have
unicorn.
2 quick more questions about Sappho. One, what does the name mean?
Oh yeah. So I was like, y'all didn't go with us, but we went to Ghana. Because I know we traveled some before, guys. But
gotta do that again.
Yeah, we definitely gotta. So I had started the idea of the brand in 2019, and when I came back from Ghana, I was like, I really want something to reflect me, like who I am, and I was like searching for a name and something that really indicated that the brand made sure that the brand stood for like healing. Like I didn't want to just be cliche and call it healing hair care or something like that. Like I was like, that's kind of cheesy. So I actually came up with this. I didn't come up with it. I found this name, Yare Sappho, which is, my understanding, is a Ghanaian language Twi. Okay. In some translations, I've seen healer, healing, or messenger. So the actual name of the brand is Yare Sappho Hair. Okay. But it's so long, I was like, that's a tongue twister for some people. So we just took the last 4, Sappho, because it's kind of a play on the word soft. Yeah. And I really like the idea of using a Ghanaian word because I think, most of us probably came from western coast of Africa, not sure exactly where, but I felt like it connected my brand back to the continent.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I love that.
And then my second question was, are all the products good for all hair types, or are there specific
not
things
all
like you
hair
have to have
types.
a consultation or something?
Not all hair types. I mean, obviously, my hair moisturizer is more for the kinkier, curlier hair type. So I would have...
Saucy.
Yeah, definitely forced. And I think it might say that on the website. Okay. Oftentimes when I'm out in person vending, I'll talk to people about their hair types and what their issues are. Yeah. And we try to make it clear in the on the shop page under each product, so you kind of know, this isn't for me or this is for me. Okay. So I wouldn't say most of the products are kind of for most hair types, but not all of them. Okay. Like the moisturizer. And scalp serum, depending too on like your hair type, if it's super oily, I'd make recommendations on how to use it differently than you would typically use it. But the shampoos are really good for all hair types, unless you have really brittle hair. Okay. It's a clarifying shampoo, so it really gets all that build up off the hair. Most hair types can use, especially people who use a lot of products. Yeah. And the leave-in conditioner is pretty good for anybody. Okay. And then the scalp spray is probably good for anyone who's wanting to who has issues with like thinning, balding, or any trouble spots.
Okay. That is good to know. I'm gonna go buy some. The website is
sapphohair.com, SAFO hair.com.
And it's in the comment section, so you guys can go click it and look at it yourself. And again, join them or follow them on Instagram to find out any new products, any new information, any updated anything. Follow her on Instagram too, so y'all can be like, my doctor's black. Yeah. I'm going to Boston Medical Center because I know somebody there. Get her out here right now.
I go to the ER. I go to the ER for my care.
You don't know what you're going to get in that ER.
I got a physical. I want to go see her. I got to go to the ER. Can you give me a visit today?
Ellana, before you go, I wanted to know if you attend any support groups for black doctors in the city.
Ooh, our only support group I know of is the one that my organization has, called White Coat Trauma and Racism.
Oh.
Yeah, so NEMA hosts a White Coat Trauma and Racism for people in the healthcare space once a month. I think what people don't realize is that, and I told this to my friend before, I was like, people don't check their racism just because you put on a white coat and walk through the door. Like, you're dealing with microaggressions and racisms from like every aspect, even from that one black patient I religion. So it's a lot,
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
It's a lot to deal with, and then having societal issues to deal with. So we host once a month, every first Tuesday, I believe, every month now. We hold a kind of a support group to kind of, and it's private. You sign waivers and stuff to just talk about some of the microaggressions and issues that we deal with, and oftentimes are unique to our group of physicians.
What is the website to find Nima?
Yes. So it's Nima. Yeah, sorry. I was like,
hold on, what's it
Freudian
called?
flip. Freudian slip. Nima, that's NEMA-NMA.org.
Okay. And on this one, you can go and find out just more information about what your organization is doing, the policies that you're trying to do and everything.
And follow us on Instagram, too. You know, our website, we keep up with, like, all the events, like who we are, what we're about. Also, you can donate on the website.
That's what donate.
If you follow us on Instagram, we're probably more active there with like what we're doing, what we've been up to.
Oh, her. Wait, I think it's, yes. This.
And it's Nima.org on the Instagram.
Her.
Yes, that's Dr. Lucy Lomas.
Dr. Lucy Lomas.
She is
yes.
our acting executive director. Yeah, she was with me at the Eastern Bank event.
And I saw her the other day. I was like, hi.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's OBGYN.
Yes.
Black OBGYN.
There we go. There we go. We're going to talk to her too, people. Don't you guys worry. We're going to keep on bringing you guys our professionals in the business.
We got more for you. I mean, we have, we really represent all black physicians, residents, and students in Massachusetts. And, you know, we're New England, so hopefully New England. But there's a few more chapters popping up. So we have gobs and gobs of physicians.
This is awesome. Thank you.
This is that I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna figure out after this. We'll talk about something that is a little bit more consistent when it comes to the medical profession. So we'll do that. Ellana, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming here and talking to us. It's been a very, very pleasant interview. We've gotten some good feedback. People want you to come back. So we'll definitely have you back. You have such a good spirit, energy. And we're gonna go party soon too. Because doctors got a party too.
Exactly.
Okay? Y'all can't just be out here expecting them to do all y'all work and fix y'all and they don't get no nothing. Zhuzh it up a little bit.
Can't even eat.
You can't even do nothing. So we're going to take a quick break for the cause. We're going to go pay some bills and then we'll come right back in a few moments. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
The only thing that does matter is great music, and you will find it here.
The all-new Spark FM.
Finally Home is a must-read, step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, Flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM.
Come on.
Spark FM.
Y'all, chick a man be ballin'. Big chick pigeon toed. Some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh, it's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
Right out for your dirty flex. Full of love for your dirty flex. Yeah. All when I say, girl, run carnival, what I mean. Everything start when you whine like that. All will stop when you whine like that. When I say, girl, come turn it up, what I mean. You know all back when you feel like that. So hot when you do it like that. How you fling way bucket and paint now. All over that waist, girl. Dash way bucket and paint now. How you wine and give me that flavor. Nobody want angel. Wind up your body right there, girl. Man, I ride hard for your dirty flex. Man, drive far for your dirty flex. Pull up and car for your dirty flex. Your dirty flex. Your dirty flex, girl. Man, try hard for your dirty flex. Fight like dog for your dirty flex. Full of big talk for your dirty flex. Your dirty flex. You so rude for me like no other girl. Trouble for me like no other girl. Rotation like no other I see, baby. One wide and I'm falling. One dance make I fall in love. Now you causing emergency. The way you put that thing. How you fling way bucket and paint now. All over that waist, girl. Dash way bucket and paint now. How you wine and give me that flavor. Nobody want angel. Wind up your body right there, girl. Man, I ride hard for your dirty flex. Man, drive far for your dirty flex. Pull up and car for your dirty flex. Your dirty flex. Your dirty flex, girl. Man, try hard for your dirty flex. Fight like God for your dirty flex. Full of big talk for your dirty flex. Your dirty flex. All when I say, girl, make carnival. What I mean, everything start when you whine like that. All will stop when you whine like that. When I say, girl, come turn it up. What I mean, you know all back when you feel like that. So hot when you do it like that. How you fling way bucket and paint now. All over that waist, girl. Dash way bucket and paint now. How you wine and give me that flavor. Nobody want angel. Wind up your body right there, girl. How you fling way bucket and paint. Dash way bucket and paint. Ain't nobody.
And we are back. We are back.
Oh wow!
You know, sometimes we got a little conversation in the interim, and we be a little bit lackadaisical, having a good time in the back there. But welcome back to Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. It's time for us to get into all the rest of the news that we have for today, and we're gonna combine those. And Miss Tony, hit us with it all.
Just quick. So the main thing yesterday is that the Kansas City Chiefs parade shooting. Awful. One dead, 22 shot.
22 shot?
I think yesterday in the evening it was 22 shot, and including 13 children.
So what the hell happened?
I don't know. They still don't know the motive behind what happened there, but people just broke out shooting. They did detain 3 people. The person who passed, her name was Lisa Lopez Galvin. She's a DJ and a co-host on the program Taste of Tejano, featuring Hispanic music. She suffered a fatal gunshot wound to the abdomen. Lisa Lopez Galvin. Wow. During a news conference, Kansas City police said that it had been up to, what, all these things popping up? That at least 22 others had gunshot injuries, including children from the shooting, which happened outside of Union Station. 3 people had been taken into custody. They still don't know any motive behind what happened. It was just really, really just so awful. The children are ages 6 to 15 years old.
6 to 15 shot?
Yep, have been shot. They called the scene, of course, chaotic. There were so many police cars and ambulance coming through the street. Another parade goer said gunshots sounded like fireworks. Multiple people near the parade route were carried away on stretchers as police urged fans to exit the area as quickly as possible. That story is still developing, and we'll hear more about that. But as of now, only one fatality, but 22 people injured.
I have, some audio here.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right, here's the clip. Maybe.
I don't understand. Like, I don't be understanding what be happening. Like, I was reading something earlier where it said that there's just 0 gun laws and things like that in Kansas. You don't have to have a permit or anything to carry. They're trying to figure out a way to, be able to conceal carry weapons. I just like these things like this stress me out a little bit because I don't understand. But here's the clip.
That one of their DJs, Lisa Lopez Glavin, was confirmed, they say, by her family and others to have been someone who was shot and killed at the parade. She was a mother. She had 2 adult children. They say she hosted a really popular radio station called Taste of Tejano. Her bio on their website describes her as someone who loved music. They say people tuned into her show because it gave them a mental break, and in some ways it was therapy for them. I want to read to you some of the statement from her station, KKFI. They said this, quote, "It is with sincere sadness and an extremely heavy and broken heart that we let our community know that KKFI DJ Lisa Lopez Glavin, host of Taste of Tejano, lost her life in the shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs rally. Our hearts and prayers are with her family." As friends and family start to talk, there's local reporting that just describe her as someone who was absolutely full of life. They say she was at this parade because her son was a huge fan of the Kansas City Chiefs. They, like so many others, came here thinking that they were going to have a beautiful day, one of celebration, good memories with their friends and loved ones, and it turned into anything but that.
Crazy.
I don't like. It's scary because what that does is that causes paranoia in a lot of different people when it comes to large crowds and celebrating like that, especially something like this happening and this joyous, super joyous occasion. It reminded me of like the Boston Marathon bombing. Like all these people are gathered here in celebration of this awesome event, and somebody uses the vulnerability of a city when it's celebrating to cause destruction. It's awful. I just don't get it. Like I don't understand, and it's so sad that somebody had to lose their lives and that there's babies that have been shot.
Yeah. So the story is developing, and
you said they caught 3 of them?
They've detained 3 people.
How many the hell was it?
Exactly. What was it? A shootout? Like
what were y'all doing?
I don't know. It's crazy. So that another story that was really crazy yesterday. 3 officers shot in Washington while attempting to make an animal cruelty arrest. 3 police officers were shot in Washington, and a 4th suffered minor injuries after someone suspected of animal cruelty opened fire on them Wednesday morning. The officers are expected to survive the wounds and are being treated at area hospitals after the shooting in the nation's capital. The 4th was hurt at the scene but was not shot. The shooter remained barricaded inside a home in the southeast part of the city hours after opening fire on the police. Officers were attempting to make an arrest on an animal cruelty warrant, but the suspect refused to leave the home. As officers tried to get inside. The person opened fire. The 3 officers suffered gunshot wounds in the hand and foot. This remains an active shooting situation, and the individual has continued to fire from the location. The police.
You want to hurt the dogs and you want to hurt the police?
Child.
They got him?
Did they ever get him? It doesn't. So this article was written yesterday, so it doesn't say if they got him. I'm not sure. I didn't tune into the news last night. It says roads were closed and schools were locked down in the southeast part of the city, and the police warned people to stay far from the area as the shooting unfolded. I'm not quite sure if they got him.
Because how did let me see. 3 officers shot 15 hours ago, leading to day-long standoff before suspect's arrest.
Mm-hmm.
So they did end up getting him
arrested.
Hours after the standoff between 46-year-old Julius James was arrested on suspicion of cruelty to animals. He is expected to face additional charges related to the shooting. No attorney or phone number was listed for him in the public records Wednesday night. One officer was struck by gunfire twice, but the rounds were stopped by a bulletproof vest. Oh, wow. Jeez. 2 more officers were struck in the lower legs. The 4th officer suffered hand injuries at the scene. They all expect a lengthy recovery, but they did get him, and he's not gonna have a good time in jail
at all.
You shot at 3 officers,
3,
and you're beating on animals.
Shot 3 and 1 got hurt just being there. So that's crazy. She's not going to have a good life in there.
Not a good life at all.
And then we'll just go into these 2 little WTF stories. Delta flight forced to turn back after maggots, I said, fall on passengers.
Keep it.
From the overhead compartment. A Delta flight was recently forced to turn around an hour after takeoff when maggots fell from the overhead compartment onto passengers sitting in the economy seats.
When you say maggots, 2 maggots or like 40?
What does it matter?
Touche.
What does it matter?
You got that.
1 maggot is maggots to me.
I agree.
The flight on Tuesday, February 13th, was transporting travelers from Amsterdam to Detroit, Michigan, when a passenger's suitcase containing rotting fish was in the overhead bin and opened up, resulting in maggots falling onto passengers in the plane turning around.
Un momento, ¿cómo está? Do we not smelling the fishes before we get on the plane?
Rotting fish, child. Why they didn't go through the?
Is she fighting her?
It didn't have to go through the thing.
Is this? What am I seeing here?
I don't know. There was a Southwest flight yesterday where a man mollywopped another passenger.
Jesus.
He was wailing on him. It was crazy. So that I don't know if that's what they saw. After the plane landed, all passengers were instructed to deboard the aircraft, and the suitcase containing the fish was placed in a bag to be destroyed. The plane itself was also deeply cleaned. One person ended up taking the comment on their experience being a passenger on the flight, writing, "Really lovely to be 2 hours into an 8-hour at Delta to Amsterdam and find out there's rotting fish and maggots hitching a ride with us." In an interview with the news station, the person revealed that Delta staff had identified the owner of the rotting suitcase and detained them on the plane after the rest of the travelers left the aircraft. As compensation, travelers were given 8,000 air miles, hotel room compensation, and a $30 meal ticket if they were delayed overnight.
Somebody come bring the maggots on my plane.
But it's only 8,000 air miles. You can't even redeem that for nothing.
A flight for the year or something like that. Give me a flight.
A whole ticket.
I don't want it.
You don't want it?
It's what? Big. Ooh.
I don't want
I don't want to see the picture.
There's a picture? I don't want to see it.
I don't know. Tristan just went to something and I just saw. This ain't it. Just went to something and I saw a maggot, but just make me want to spit.
And in the news yesterday, this woman here, what's her name now?
Rachel.
No, what's her name? Her name is Nkenchi Diallo.
Who the hell is that?
Formerly known as Rachel Dolezal.
Get the hell out of here.
Formerly named as Rachel Dolezal was fired from her teaching job in Arizona after people found her OnlyFans page. Rachel Dolezal is without a job after she reportedly got canned from her teaching job in Arizona. This after people learned she had an OnlyFans account, with sparked outrage. The ex-NAACP Washington chapter president, who was accused of pretending to be black nearly a decade ago,
is this for real?
Yes, was let go of the gig she had with Catalina Foothills School District in Tucson, where she was recently working as an after-school instructor. According to the news, Dolezal now goes by a different name, Nkenchi Diallo, and it sounds like the people here in Arizona didn't realize who she was. More importantly, the folks there didn't know she had a run of an OnlyFans, something the rest of us were aware of dating back to 2022, when her racy pics got plastered online. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. She was sexy. Look at her.
She's sexy AF.
She got a good thigh meat.
Yeah. Anyway, somebody blabbed to the media and they went running to the school district, and now they're saying Rachel's no longer employed by them. They told the news we only learned of Miss Nkenchi Diallo's OnlyFans social media post yesterday afternoon. Her posts are contrary to our district's use of social media by district employees policy and our staff ethics policy. She is no longer employed by the Catalina Foothills
Y'all better leave Rachel friggin' Dolezal Kakenchi Mabenchi alone. She is a black woman.
But I thought she had a hair braiding store and she was braiding hair.
She was braiding hair, but that doesn't always pay the bills, Miss Tony. Sometimes you gotta sell a little ass.
Back to the drawing board, we suppose, for Nkenchi.
She an Asian woman now?
Diallo.
She is black,
Kimchi?
Tristan.
Kimchi?
Kamenji. It's an African name. Look at her. She's got a box braid and an eyelash.
Yes, she does.
Tied to her.
What she must do with them. Have y'all seen those videos with the Asian people who are making their hair nappy? They setting it on like little pins or something like that, and they're making themselves afros.
Oh,
and
I
stuff
saw
like
the
that.
Asian. I saw an Asian young fella did that. Yes, I
so
saw
that's
that.
what she must
I
do
always
with her
thought that
hair.
they
'Cause
used dog shampoo.
Dog shampoo.
No, Tristan.
I'm being dead serious.
No.
Yes, I heard the white people used to use dog
No,
shampoo.
all they
to
gotta
get
do
their
is
hair
perm
nappy.
their hair, because once they perm their hair, then
Yeah,
it
they
gets
perm
more
it.
curly.
Yeah.
Perm it. Oh, it happens. The opposite of black folks happened to the white folks.
Yes.
Yeah, when they perm, they go curly. When we perm, we go straight.
Wow.
So she got a little just for me perm in there.
Oh,
that went different.
Oh boy! And then we can roll right into the entertainment headlines. Because me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what else do we have here? Kanye West fires back at Swifties and claims he's helped Taylor.
So besides that, because
Taylor
he took out a Super Bowl commercial.
He did
But it was not
most
like
genius ad ever.
It wasn't like you would expect.
Oh.
It was on his cell phone, and he said, "I had to pay $7 million for this commercial. You should just go to my website and buy my things." Put the website down at the bottom. My bro made $19 million.
Are you serious?
From a $7 million ad that literally just said, "Hey, this is Kanye, and I can't afford to make a commercial. So just go buy my stuff." And then they all went and bought the space shoes.
Yeah, something called pods he released, and he dropped them down to $20.
Those are sock shoes.
And the people, they were $200. They dropped down to $20.
Everything on the website was at $20.
Everything is $20.
Everything was at $20.
It's still at $20.
So when reading the marketing things like that, this is a way for him to now capitalize on. They said over 4 million people visited his site, and there was like 290 something people that ended up buying from the site. So he's able now to figure out exactly what products would sell, because they're all the same price, how much he'll make for them, be able to rebrand them and put them back out and even make more money. And now he has 4 million people's information to retarget for ads.
Genius.
I said, boy, I tell you.
Let's watch it. Let's watch it.
Boy, this is the commercials, Tony.
Yeezy.com, and I'm gonna write it at the bottom of the screen. And I got some shoes. And that's it.
That commercial, which cost him nothing but the $7 million that it cost to just put it out there, netted that more than half of what he even spent. Good for you, Kanye.
Genius.
Good for you.
I'm on there now. Everything is still $20.
Yeah, no, so that's what he's trying to. That's what Kanye's been wanting to do, is price all his products at $20. He didn't want it to sell for $20. He didn't want it to sell for luxury product sales. He wanted to sell for for the average human being to be able to cop his stuff.
I still ain't gonna buy it, but I see what he
said,
did.
Even if you purchase it online for $200, just send a message to the people and let them know that you purchased it for the $200, and you will get that $180 back.
Wow.
Hey, you could be crazy in a lot of different places, but when it comes to the marketing and branding of the product, the man got it. That's what he do, and I won't be mad at that. However, Kanye's cooked. He's cooked cabbage. He's at the prime of Caucasian.
Yeah.
Why
did Taylor Swift people?
So Taylor Swift, because the Swifties, her fans didn't want Kanye's new music to surpass Beyonce's music. So the Swifties then made a campaign for everybody to run up Beyonce's music so it wouldn't pass Kanye's music.
Gonna happen.
And so he reported back, and it did work. It did work because she's still at number one.
Who? Beyonce?
Beyonce. Because the Swifties are just as hardcore as the Beehive. So they were able to combine forces and get this done. But Kanye pretty much was like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you doing this? Like, I don't have no problem with you. I pretty much helped your career. He wrote a very long statement and said a lot of things.
He just put out a video the other day where he was trying to help Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and that's what he said. He said, I was trying to help. So, and then keep on going. We have these two psychopaths,
Larsa Pippen and Marcus Jordan, reunite.
But why? That's weird because Beyonce's family was just coming at Taylor Swift the other day at the Grammys.
They wasn't coming at Taylor Swift.
They was coming at her.
They was coming.
Beyonce's husband.
That's why Beyonce dropped the Texas album so she could get the album of the year over the Swift girl. That's why it's a Texas.
I mean, the Swift girl got 4 for no reason, so I don't understand why she's got it in the first place. So somebody needs to say something about it. That's how I feel. I just feel like if it's gonna get album of the year, I should at least know one song.
Taylor Swift better not be on that woman's album.
Nah,
she better be.
Larsa Pippen and Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's child, they broke up 2 days ago, and then within 3 hours they were back together. She erased all her pictures off of the site for him, and I don't care. I should have took that out because I don't care.
Yeah.
Caring is not what I have.
I don't have any care for it.
Drake and Sexy Red dropped their album for Rich Baby Daddy.
Yes!
With SZA.
Video.
And I like it.
I like it.
I was reading the comments, and I agree with the comments. It's the most ghettoest, ratchet thing that I've ever seen, and it's just wholesome and pure. That's what it is.
It's wholesome, ghetto, ratchet, and pure.
Yes.
How'd that go?
It is. It's authentic ghetto. You don't see that too much. You don't see real hood rich purity of just gangster. The only thing they didn't have it in there was Kool-Aid and some chicken at the emergency room when she was giving birth. I think her water broke during the taping of the video, so they just figured that they would take the rest of it at the hospital in her nightgown while she was twerking.
That's awesome. I twerked to that song yesterday, and I put it in my stories if you guys want to catch it.
Make that breathe. That song is so ratchet.
I can't get over that white girl singing it. She was going.
I sang that so hard for like 2 days straight, and then last but not least, with this very uncanny thing, Lil Jon got a meditation album. Okay, like how does that work? How do I meditate to that? But I'm going to go listen to it because that has to be great. He said it was inspired by divorce and turning 50. So if you guys are into meditation and want to get your spiritual on, go listen to Lil Jon From the Window to the Wall in A minor.
Well, listen to that and then listen to Andre 3000's flute.
No. That's different. That's foolishness. Because I really just want to listen to that. I tried so many times. I can't.
Meditation album from Lil Jon?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Because he made so much crunk music, he would know what a nice calm.
From the window to the wall, Tristan.
To the window. To the wall.
Allow the sweat to drop down off of your balls. Yes. Now and shake.
All the females crawl.
Yeah, see?
I don't think we wanted this.
Skeet.
I
think we still want to get crunk.
Skeeties. Well, we could get crunk to meditate. That's just wrong with y'all. Y'all always want to do too much crunk. Why don't you get right with your
next?
spirit?
You and Andre 3000 gonna drop a joint album?
That might be lit.
Flutes and meditation.
That'd be nice. Flutes, meditation, and a little bit of
wind and meditation.
Whispering. They should add the Yin Yang Twins just for a bass line. Yes, to whisper it. Whisper. I see what we're doing there.
Wait till you see That's so calming.
And with that said, Bobby Steels is up next for the Bobby Steels Show from 11 to 1, and he will have a little bit more behavior than we do. With that said, we'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning for F Word Friday, and we have another special guest for you, and this one's going to be very, very fun.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Goodbye.
The only thing that does matter is great music, and you will find it here.
The all-new Spark FM.
Finally home is a must